I think before we begin, so you guys are out there at every practice. You guys watch us all the time, but there's a special teams period where I catch some footballs and I like to observe you guys. And you guys really need to up your sneaker game. It's absolutely atrocious. I got some Vomeros, those are fire. And Grant wears Vans every single day. New Balances, they look like Vans. Yeah, those are Vans. It's okay. But you wear those every day, so I need you to switch those up. But I observe all your guys' shoes, and I am disappointed in you guys as a community. So if we could up those, please. It's year 8, guys. Let's figure this out together. Okay, now it's all you guys.
George, you gave people got a good glimpse of the setup you had in Nashville when you brought players back and stuff was on social media in the field in the weight room. Mind me asking, how much do you think you spent over the years on making yourself a better football player?
That's a great question. I mean, I think I learned a lesson early on in my career. My agent told me, he was like, you know what, you're a 5th-round draft pick. You know, you don't have, like, nothing's guaranteed. You don't know how long you're going to play. But when it comes to your body, that's your business. So spend money on your body as long as you're not doing stupid stuff. Like, you don't need to go buy 3 cars. You don't need to buy everything that you want, watches and stuff like that. But when it comes to your body, ask vets what they do and then spend money on your body. And I've done that, every single year to try to get back to 100% or make myself better every single year in the best way possible. My facility itself probably cost me like $1 million. It's something that, I had a dream about. And, if you build it, they will come. Field of Dreams reference there, a little Iowa stuff. And that was my goal, is just I wanted a football field. I wanted a training facility. I like to train with other guys, so I wanted to have enough space. I have anywhere from 12 to 16 guys almost every single day of the entire offseason. It's a fantastic time. I like to put myself around really talented football players to, one, compete against them to see how they're doing, but also to bring them along with me because I feel like I train at a really high level all the time. And so also being able to train, I train like 6 offensive linemen every single day, so I have guys that do pass pro with, I have guys that do run game stuff with, hold pads, who know how to do stuff, and then train out there with tight ends. It's always great. And then I love training with Trent Taylor all year round because he's one of the best release guys I think I've ever seen. Just his lateral quickness and how to get off the line of scrimmage versus guys. And I don't know if I can do all the things that he does, but I try to copy some of the things that he does, and I take that in my tool belt. Other than that, I do a lot of, I've been a very big advocate for stem cells and stuff like that. I try to advocate that to all players across the league because I think it's very beneficial. It's totally legal, and it's very good for you. But, I spend a lot of money on my body because, at the end of the day, too, it's if you spend $50,000 on your body one off season, it gets you one more year in the NFL. Like vet minimum's over $1 million, so I think that's a pretty good investment.
When you got the guys at your place in Nashville, how did that plan come about, and how fun was it just to have everyone there?
That was my wife's idea. That was all Claire. She's like, hey, you guys are here. There's a group of you guys that aren't playing. You might as well, you're either going to go to, Vanderbilt, a local high school, or you can go to your place. And I'm 25 minutes from the hotel we were staying at. So got in contact with, our head strength coach, Dustin Perry, Michael Slapp, and brought it up to Kyle. He's like, yeah, George, you really want to do that? I'm like, have the Niners in my house? Of course I want to do that. So just being able to have the guys out there, and I think a lot of guys too, they've never been around, 75 acres in the country, with a gym and a field on it too. So it just kind of gives them a different perspective on, how their guys live and how their guys train. So if I can inspire them to, put a little bit more effort into their off seasons, maybe I'll take that any day of the week.
When did that plan start to come in motion?
If I had my phone, I'd ask my wife, but I think she went over my head. I think she called Michael Slapp directly. And I was like, yeah, you're good, sweetie. You have his number. You do you.
George, what was it, just a brief exchange you had with Ayuk, a few of you guys, while he was watching practice today?
You saw that?
I did.
Oh, shouldn't he be watching practice? Sure.
What was it like just out on the field? And what
Wearing red for the first time, too? It's crazy. No, there wasn't. Has he worn a Pirates hat out there? That's hilarious. I love Ayuk. I've played with him for 4 years. I love his mindset every single day. You guys asked Mooney, do you guys miss him? And I think Mooney answered it perfect. It's like, we haven't played a game without him yet. So as an offense, we don't know how much, his pieces are, you interchange pieces all the time. And, we've had Trent Williams hurt in a game and we've still won. So it's like, yeah, you miss him, but you can make do with it. So we don't know, right, at the end of the day. But I do know that Ayuk is a fantastic football player, and the energy that he brings every single day just elevates us. So just being able to have a conversation with him because, I don't see him all the time. I'm in camp mode, and just being able to have a conversation with him is fantastic, just how he's doing and if everything's going away the way that he wants it to go. And it was actually fun. We went to dinner on one of our off nights, and we're pulling out of the out of valet, and he parks into valet. And so just seeing him, I was like, hey, I haven't seen you in a couple of days, man. How are you doing? So just the chance to see him is always fantastic. Love a smile on his face.
George, what has it been like to have Trent Taylor back here?
Phenomenal. What else? Yes. You know, it's fun. They put us across the hall in the hotel together, so we get to hang out a little bit there. You know, Trent's, like I said, I work out with him every offseason. He's a guy who he just grinds every single day. He does it the right way. He knows what's expected of him every single day. I think you guys have watched in training camp too. Like, he has probably the most catches besides Debo. Like, he catches everything you throw to him. He gets open on routes that you wouldn't expect him to get open on, like some long routes. He's he does everything the way that you want him to do it. I mean, you guys saw he's blocking his tail off in the preseason game. He probably played 50 snaps in the preseason game, and he's not complaining about it. He's just out there playing football. So, like, he's everything that you want in a teammate and as a 49er. So I'm just glad that we had the opportunity to bring him back there. And also having, like, a lot of stability at punt returner makes me really happy. It's not something I ever have to worry about, because I think Trent, you know, in his whole career has been, like, top 5, top 10 most of his career, too, in punt returning. So that always makes me really happy when I don't have to worry about special teams.
George, you're on a, I think, we're going to say a Hall of Fame trajectory in your career.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe if you retired now, maybe you'd be in a Hall of Fame. But do you ever think about that? Or, like, have you reached a stage in your career, like, you know, I've accomplished a lot, I'd like to kind of cement my legacy?
I think if you think like that, it's pretty dangerous. And I've just tried to have the same mindset since I, you know, got in here as a rookie, is just to practice my ass off every single day. And like, if you show up here every single day and you play at an incredibly high level, then you're going to continually find yourself on the field and continually find yourself in having opportunities to make amazing plays and continue to further your legacy or whatever that is. And yeah, you know, I mean, going into year 8, I've played good football, but I mean, I got plenty of great football left in front of me. So that's all I'm going to focus on, is one day at a time. And whenever that time comes, it'll happen. And you know, whenever the wheels fall off, that happens. And I don't really expect that to happen anytime soon, but I try not to think about anything like that. There's a lot of great players on this football team that allow me to better myself every single day.
George, a couple good tight ends.
Holy cow, guys. You both get one. I was going to go to him first.
A couple of tight ends that are impressive. Saubert had that pancake in the game.
Fantastic.
And then the young kid Klein looks good. What do you think of those two guys so far?
You know, it's fun. Eric Saubert, just same draft class, and known him a little bit throughout our career. Always loved talking to him. He's a great dude. What I really like about him is he has a fantastic mindset. He was like, I'm going to come out there, I'm going to hit people, and I'm going to try to get better at run blocking. I'm going to try to figure out the way you guys run the football. And just to see how he's gotten better in our scheme from OTAs to now, it's awesome. And just to see him every single day go at it with that work ethic. And you know, me, like, I have a sense of humor once in a while, so he also has a sense of humor, so having that banter in our tight end room is fantastic, because camp meetings get pretty long and occasionally boring, so you have to always, you know, refresh yourself to try to stay focused on the little things. And so having him in there is fantastic, but he understands, and he gets, like, the standard of the level play that tight ends in this room want to play at, and that was something that we talked about when I had John Embry here as my tight ends coach, and he kind of established that. He goes, you know, we're going to play at this standard, and if you're not playing at this standard, you're not going to be in this room. And so he had Embo for training camp last year in Miami, and so he kind of understands that. So he came right in this room and fit right in, because he knows how we want to play football, and, like, he's seen how, you know, Charlie Warner and Ross Dwelley played, and, like, just the level of that they played at. And so for him just to come in and accept that and just grind, I've really appreciated that. My guy Mason Plain, he's everything you want in a rookie. You know, he makes some dumb mistakes once in a while, but, like, I made a ton of dumb mistakes when I was a rookie, and he's doing a good job of not making the same mistake twice. He's learning from his mistakes, but he gives fantastic effort every single time he's out there. He's, you know, he leaves every practice exhausted, which you should do as a rookie, because most rookies don't get a lot of reps. But he's just flying around everywhere, so he's exhausted, and I really appreciate that from him. And he does all the extra meetings with our tight end coaches, and he's always just very eager. He's always asking questions, and I really appreciate that. And he's just a really good rookie who understands that, you know, you're not getting a lot of reps, but whenever they come to you, you have to take advantage of that opportunity.
George, you brought up Trent.
I said him first.
I tried to get one or Eric.
She said one last time, and you still got an extra one at the end anyway, so we're going to go there and then there.
Maybe the complete opposite of a Hall of Fame question. But in Monday's practice, the ball was thrown to you an awful lot.
It's wild, right?
In a practice like that, I mean, is it designed that way, or does it just kind of happen? And also, coming off of a game, I know the ones were the only ones that got reps, but like, is there something about setting a tone in that type of a practice?
Setting a tone, yes, 100%, because it's like the starters, we had an off day, travel day, game, off day, and then you have that practice. So like you haven't practiced in a while, so you need to go out there, you need to run, you need to do stuff. So you want to go out there, and it's not like a jog through practice. You want to go out there and you like, it's not going to be the hardest practice of your career, and you're not in pads. Like you still got to go out there and work on stuff. So definitely setting the tone 100%. You want to go out there and take advantage of those reps. I cannot tell you why the ball found me multiple times. That's just kind of like, every game I play, it's like I have one target or I have 12 targets. It just is what it is, and I'm happy to catch the ball when it's thrown to me. Yes, Jennifer?
You brought up Trent Williams.
Yes, I did.
Same thing with BA not being out there. Is it like you don't miss him because it hasn't been week 1 yet?
Nah. Trent Williams is Trent Williams. He's like the greatest football player to ever play the game. It's like him and Aaron Donald. I mean, that I've played against. And, for all the people who are going to, list off like, 90s and 80s players, I'm sorry. But like the best I've ever played with. And so, yes, he's also like a massive human being. He's a silverback. Like he just has a presence to him. And so, yeah, not having him in the locker room at all and stuff like that, it's weird. But, no one, like, we all love Trent, and he's doing what he thinks is best for him, so it's okay. And I think Jalen Moore's done a good job of playing left tackle for us. And also, like, I appreciate getting extra reps, because the one thing about Trent Williams is I don't need to practice with Trent that often, because he's so good that it's more of me like, hey, George, get out of the way so I can block this guy by myself. And I'm like, hey, man, you make my job easier. So getting the extra reps with Jalen, I think, is really beneficial, because he's gotten a lot of snaps for us in the last couple of years. And so if I can get really good at working with him, Trent will just fit in seamlessly. Not worried about it. Thank you, guys. Work on those sneakers, please.